Nobody wants to hit double 16 so far. Told you. Bullseye. Oh, it's a pretty one as well. It's right in the middle. Centre hole, as we call it.
A little bit under par.
That's a nice start for double 16.
Game shot of the fourth leg.
And it seems to be catching double 16.
Game
because this time,
in
the first game of Friday, Alexander gets another big win. And he shoots the sheriff. He doesn't care about the deputy. Alexander the Great is in a very great position here in the table. He's now on 6 points alongside Andy Bolton with that average of around 84. That's what you get from him most of the time. But the start, it was fabulous. And that bullseye in leg 2 was a real highlight. When we come back, it is time to see X Factor Andy Bolton against Mile Higher Mark Hilton. It could be time for Bolton to stretch his legs at the top if he gets a good start. Stays in there, however, Andy on double 16, and the darts might go away for Hilton. Way too good.
And the match, Andy Bolton.
A superb performance. It's the second time this week he has won 4-0 and averaged 96.97. But we said that the doubling yesterday was excellent. It was even better in this 4-leg contest. 66.67%, or 2 from every 3 hits. That is special. And he's going to take some stopping tonight. He might only need one more victory, but I get the feeling he's going to get more than that. When we come back, we will get our first look at the former Lakeside champion on Friday night here, the 2-time weekly champion here at the Motor Super Series, Yire Classon. Double 15. Oh, he's going the old bull route. So it's bull at the end.
Game shot on the first leg.
Whether you agree with it or not, that is genius. I personally think that route is dangerous.
To first. Your horse 16.
Does he get rid of it this time? Well, how does he hit that? Give the man a boomerang.
Game
shot.
Oh,
he's only got an hit.
Classon.
Well, maybe because he's got Kyle Anderson's handprint on his left sleeve, he had a boomerang on his shoulder. What a dart from Yire Classon, averaging over 88. That was a much better display than you'd probably see on that stat sheet. He commanded the game pretty much from the off with only one setback. And he is now on 6 points and vaults his way up to second position in the table. When we come back, we will see Alexander Merkt and Andy Bolton, but will it be their final match of the week? But he did get Andy back on Wednesday, didn't he?
Oh, yes. Fine performance. And this could be a fine finish.
Bingo! And a juicy wiggle to go with it. A 3-1 lead for X Factor. If he doesn't hit this, he might not even win the match. One more chance. Oh, that's fabulous.
And the match, Andy
because
Bolton.
If he doesn't hit that, he really does run the risk of getting himself back into the pack. But what we can now confirm is that we have 4 players in Saturday night. 3 of them are under the age of 30. And that man, Andy Bolton, who has won that by 4 legs to 2, he's 50 years old. And we've now got to seriously consider him as a possible 2-time weekly champion. Well, we're going to go through to game number 5 next to see what happens in the chasing pack between Hilton and Classon.
Yire 90.
He went bull first earlier tonight. And he hit the bull just like that. The last time he had it. That's even more impressive. How did that go in? He done 4-0 twice in 2 games. A doubling performance that he will adore. Because the 2006 Lakeside champion has just done 4 hits from 5. He leaves the stage very happy because he's now on 8 points, just 2 points behind Andy Bolton at the top. He's done a fabulous job in the first half of play tonight. As for Hilton, it's looking very bleak with 2 games to go. We'll take a short break now, and when we come back, we'll have a little chat with Matt and Chris. And following that, Jordan Brooks against Andy Bolton. It promises much. Jordan Brooks has used up all his lives in this game. Although we have seen somebody lose a match today, missing 10 match darts.
And the match,
but it's not going to be Andy.
Bolton.
He wins by 4 legs to 2 in this one. Andy goes to 12 points in the table, 4 clear of the now qualified Yire Classon. Alexander Merkt on 6 points is not safe yet because Jordan Brooks is lurking 2 points behind him, but he's only got 1 match left. Yire Classon will play Merkt next, and if Alex wins, he will be through to another Saturday night.
It's interesting you say things about, well, now the players will know because they'd have heard me play on the balcony. I walk to the toilet, I can hear Chris Murphy on the balcony, which is further away than the stage is. However, when I played in this, I didn't hear a single word of what was said up there.
Interesting.
130.
I don't think we're going to get much time to mull over things in this game.
83. Alexander
They both got a
51.
maximum in the first leg of this match. But Alexander has taken it in 11 darts.
Alexander Merkt.
And he's broken it in a minute.
20.
Quicker than Classon beat him yesterday. Double top.
80. Yire
In fact,
51.
had he hit that, he would have broken 5.5 minutes. He still has a
31.
chance
Alexander
for 4-0.
40.
There it is.
Shot and the match.
An
Alexander
astonishing
Merkt.
quick game of darts. That did not take long. And if you consider the fact that yesterday's 4-0 was quick at 6 minutes 51, that one was 70 seconds quicker. And it's one of the best performances of the week. Alexander Merkt has just rubber-stamped his way into Saturday night for another time and another chance for a second weekly title. Yire's already got 2. He might even have 3 this time tomorrow. So much to talk about when we come back. But the next game is between 2 eliminated players, Hilton and Brooks.
I didn't expect to get through the group.
86.
Jordan Brooks is playing with probably disappointment because he probably expected to go through.
Game shot on the first leg.
He's not going to go through, but he
Brooks.
has got the first leg there, and that's a really good start. That is pretty awkward. He's almost in Southampton. Oh,
No
and he
score.
gets a dangler. There's
Jordan,
all sorts happening in
28.
this game. We've got Robin Hoods, hat stands, danglers. Welcome to a bit of a bibliography of darting terms. Hasn't taken his eye off the target.
Game
That
shot
does
on
a
the fourth
fabulous
leg.
job for a
Jordan
3-1
Brooks.
lead. Yeah, get yourself down here. He won't
No
like
score.
that. All Jordan
Jordan,
wants
you
here
require
is a nice
100.
big fat 60 for 2 shots at tops to finish his campaign on a high. There's the 60. Can't find the double. And Hilton now goes for the double
20.
that Jordan has just missed. Another awkward shot.
No
And
score.
he can't find it.
Jordan, you require 20.
Could be his last dart
Game.
And it
shot,
is his last
and the
start
match. Jordan Brooks.
of this campaign. Mark Hilton has still got a game to go against Alexander Merkt in a couple of games' time. But Jordan Brooks gets his only win of the night in his last game here in Group B, here in Week 9. So it's goodbye to Jordan for now. The Sheriff, I'm sure, will return at some time in the future. There you can see he wins that one by 4 legs to 1. 61 more points for 14 points in the group, which is 7 wins from 8.
Game, shot, and
So
the match.
good in this
Andy
group.
Bolton.
Andy wins Group B, and he does beat Yire Classon once again. 61 more points for 14 points in the group, which is 7 wins from 8.
Game, shot, and
So
the match,
good in this
Andy
group.
Bolton.
Andy wins Group B, and he does beat Yire Classon once again, this time by 4 legs to 2. His average doesn't get over 90 this time, but he was always in control, having the darts, and he does get a break in that last leg to ensure that Yire Classon will finish in 3rd position. Well, does he? Because Alexander Merkt, if he loses heavily to Mark Hilton, could find himself in a different position. He's 2nd at the minute. Will he finish that way after the break? We all thought that was going to be a parting gift from Mark Hilton. It might just be the start of the comeback.
Game,
And the
shot,
comeback
fifth
is
leg,
on.
Merkt Hilton.
Double 10. Last chance.
30.
Severely pushed.
Alexander required 25.
Merkt can win if he hits 8.
Game,
A
shot,
wonderful
and the
dart
match, Alexander
to win by
Merkt.
4 legs to 2. Mark Hilton on debut here at the Motor Super Series will finish on 2 points and a leg difference of -17. But Alexander will finish in 2nd position, graduating to another Saturday night, which will be a heavyweight Saturday night. A really good game there, but Hilton really should have taken us to a 7th leg. He is playing his belt match on Saturday afternoon against Richard Horsey. We wish him the best of luck with that. And now we look forward to Saturday night. Week 9, Saturday night is going to be brilliant. Let's start the process of looking forward to it with Matthew Edgar and Chris Murphy.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, before we do that, we'll just reflect on what's happened this evening with the 10 results from tonight. And look, it's all about one man, isn't it? Andy Bolton did all the damage early and went on to complete a clean sweep.
Clean sweep and doing so in style as well. He's been the 2nd favourite all week, and I think he's on a collision course at the moment with that man Luke Littler. It's all painting to that direction, and Andy Bolton really did tonight impress me. He came in tonight in his interview with Paul Nicholson beforehand, said he wants to win all 4 games. Dart players don't normally do that. They normally come in and aim the bar really low. Well, certainly at the interviews they do. But he came in, all guns blazing, and he was really, really impressive throughout the night.
Yeah, certainly raised the bar high with his interviews, reciting Dickens on the stage alongside me. Not sure you'll be getting that from Matthew Edgar here, but certainly raised the bar with his darts as well. Some brilliant finishers tonight in qualifying in that 2nd match against Alexander Merkt. He had the 161, the 120, just really, really spectacular stuff.
Solid. I've spoke all week about ranges of performance and being solid and consistent. Andy Bolton's been that with flashes of brilliance. If you can stay somewhere around that 90 mark and then have these little peaks, you're going to be very successful here at the Super Series. That's the standard of winners. And like I keep going back to him, if Luke Littler wasn't here, we'd be saying now Andy Bolton is a strong favourite to win this week.
Yeah, we will have a look at that in a moment when we preview the groups. But first of all, we had a little bit of history tonight at the Motor Super Series. The quickest game ever played happened between Alexander Merkt and Yire Classon. A really, really quick-fire duo. And it was all kind of expected. If this would have gone in, this 120, by the way, that record would have been 5 minutes and 26 seconds. It ended up being 5 minutes and 41 seconds, beating Graham Usher's previous record by 7 seconds. Incredible stuff.
Only 7 seconds. It's like, well, they were hanging around that, wasn't they? Just dawdling round. But that's this week. We started off this week, and I think sometimes you can get accused of over-egging something. But when we saw the lineup this week, we said this week's stacked. And then the Group A record got matched. And now the time one has been beaten. I think there's something missing from this week, and I think we're going to see it tomorrow. I think we're going to see a 9-darter.
Oh, there we go. He's gone early on the 9-dart. Right, what we saw this evening resulted in Andy Bolton winning the group, and he won it really well, actually. Only 1 defeat, none of them coming tonight, and actually goes into finals night, having won 9 of his last 10 matches. Alexander Merkt and Yire Classon join him, both former weekly winners as well. Difficult for Jordan Brooks and Mark Hilton to get through that group, and another week could have been much more competitive.
Well, that's one of the things I like about the Motor Super Series as well. We get to see these players we haven't seen for a long time, like Mark Hilton. Yes, it hasn't gone great for him, but I just quite enjoyed seeing him again. He was somebody who was sort of around in the sort of 2010 to 14 sort of era, and it's nice to see those players back on the stage again, see what they're up, see where their game is. And I just enjoyed seeing him. Jordan Brooks is going to be mightily disappointed with how hit's gone for him. He would have came here expecting to have got through to a Group B. You got more chance of getting through than not by the numbers, especially when you put someone in like Mark Hilton, who was likely, and by his own words, likely to finish bottom as well. So we're only looking at relegating one player from that group. So he'll be disappointed that that's him.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. But it is an incredible finals night lineup. You will not be disappointed watching this tomorrow. And here are the groups that the 6 players are split into. So Group 1, the 2-time back-to-back champion Luke Littler is with Harry Ward and Alexander Merkt. Group 2, Sebastian Białecki, Andy Bolton, who played a final here, a thrilling one as well, and another former weekly champion in Yire Classon. I mean, which group would you rather be in?
Group 2 strikes me as one that, if that was a Champions Week group, we'd say fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd rather be in Group 1. And that's just because, yes, you've got Luke Littler in there, but I think there's more opportunity there. There is 2 players that go through, and they're relegating 1 player from each group. So I think in that group, it's going to come down to Harry Ward and Merkt in their head-to-head to see who gets through there, where Group 2 could be any 2 from the 3.
Go on, give us a couple of predictions, Ed. It sounds like you're going for Luke Littler to get through that group. Who do you think is the most likely person for him to be playing, say, in the final if he does get there again?
I think the way the week has gone, we'd like to see Littler Bolton final. I think the whole week has been destined for that final. It's now over to them to make it happen, and that could be one of the greatest finals we've ever seen in a weekly campaign.
Indeed it could, and he said it himself. Andy Bolton 2-1 up. He's aware of it, and I'm sure you're all aware of Luke Littler, the 16-year-old sensation. He's back on that stage, a stage where he's never lost on a finals night. He's won every single time he's been here on a Saturday. If you can't get down to Portsmouth to watch it firsthand, make sure you are tuning in from 7:30 on the Motor Super Series YouTube channel, and in the semis and final from 10 p.m. live on Sporty Stuff TV. It's going to be an absolute thriller. We'll see you then.